Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a top 10 roller coaster list and we're starting off with 5 honorable mentions. Number 5 is Thunderation at Silver Dollar City. I believe that this is a very fun and entertaining coaster. And it's not my favorite, but I do like it a lot. The reason why is because it is a fun, short, sweet, and simple roller coaster. I do not get why people don't like it. And they say, oh, it's rough, because it's an old coaster. Why wouldn't it be rough? That, honestly, in my opinion, adds to the experience. So I do not get why people complain about it. It's a fun, sweet, simple warm-up coaster. I won't just keep going on it, though. What I will do is go on it a lot. Number 14 is Patriot. I love this coaster, but it's too short for me. For me, it's way too short because basically it's just, short. It has little track length. In my opinion, it goes a little too fast. When you're on the ride, it just flies by so quick. You don't even realize that it's done until you see the brakes. Like, when you're on rides, you're like, oh, okay, ride's done about now. With this, you're like, we're probably like halfway through the ride now. But no, you're at the brake run. It's a fun, short coaster, but it's nothing special. It's an okay invert at best for me. Well, not okay. It's a good invert, but it's just way too short. Worlds of Fun and Cedar Fair just should have done a little more. They should have given something better for B&M to do. Because literally, once you do like a small turnaround, that's where you're like there. Once you do a small turnaround, it's done. Number 13 is Candemonium at Six Flags New England or Spinning Dragons at Worlds of Fun. I know we just did Patriot at Worlds of Fun. And I'm sorry, I like Spinning Dragons a little bit more. It's a fun, simple coaster. I don't care that it's a clone. It's amazing for me. Some of my friends that don't like roller coasters, I got them to go on this and they loved it. That's how good this coaster is. They don't like roller coasters and they like this. It's a tame warm-up coaster. Nothing more. It's not trying to be anything big. It's trying to be a fun family coaster that everyone can enjoy. I honestly do not get why people are like, oh, it's a clone. It's not that good of a coaster, blah, blah, blah. It's just fun. And I don't get why anyone would hate it. Next on our list is Gemini. Okay. Gemini is a pretty old coaster. So I can't slack out too much on the layout except for those turnarounds. We are going to get to the turnarounds in a minute. But it's a fun little racing coaster. Very old. I actually got to race. I'm not sure if that's rare, but I got to race. It was fun. Nothing special. It was basically my warm up except for, what's the name of it? I think it was like Pipe Scream or something. I always forget the name of it, but that blue little flat ride over there that looks like a coaster. Anyway, it's really fun, but these turnarounds slow the pacing down so much. Like, I want the ride to be longer, but I don't want it to have crappy pacing. I just want it to be fun. You get a bit of airtime, and towards the end, it's kind of like a spaghetti bowl coaster. But besides that, it's a pretty mediocre ride, nothing special. But after this coaster right here, if you don't already know what it is, we're getting into my favorites. So at number 11, this is Outlaw Run. Outlaw Run to me is very overrated, and I don't get why people love it so much. It's very rough for a wooden coaster that's not even 15 years old. Because, spoiler alert, there's a pretty old roller coaster on this list, and it's a lot smoother than Outlaw Run. And it's not just that it has banked turns, because there's steel helping it do that. Like, even here it was rough, where it was barely banking, it was still rough. And another complaint is way too short, like, we're already at the end with the barrel rolls. That's the only fun part of the ride that I got, in my opinion. Now we're at Candemonium. This is fun. Credit to Coaster Studio. Oh, okay, I don't know why I did that. But credit for Coaster Studios to this, because it's an amazing POV. I forgot to give credit to the others. I'm so sorry for that. I'll give credit to them in the description. But Candemonium is more, to me, a spectacle ride than anything, actually. Because when I went on it, mind you, this was a night ride when I went on it. I didn't get that much airtime, and I love hypers. Like, I love Mamba's first drop, where it does have some floater airtime. I don't get how this barely had any airtime, if it did actually, because I can't really remember it. But at number 9, we have Outlaw Run. I just need to finish up Candemonium real quick. It's a fun coaster, same with this, but with Candemonium, it's just a little boring. But now talking about Wildfire, it's a quick coaster for how many inversions there are, but it is fun. It's a little bit, it bounces a little, but that's on the Cobra Roll and the corkscrew. That's it. So it's a really just fun, sweet, simple, short coaster. And in my opinion, it's very underrated, but it is too short. Next on our list is Gatekeeper. And this POV is from Cedar Point. Gatekeeper, I don't get why people don't like it. I got a really smooth ride on it. The POV doesn't do it justice. Gatekeeper is a very smooth ride. Just everything about it is perfect and smooth. It's so amazing, in my opinion. It's as I said, a very, very smooth wing coaster. When I go on more wing coasters, its ranking might drop. But currently, since I haven't been on any other wing coasters, and I haven't been on many coasters in general, the ranking is not going to drop. I'm going back to some parks this summer, so yeah, that ranking might change. Next up on our list is Prowler. It's a fun coaster, don't get me wrong, but it is a little rough. Sometimes the trains are smooth, and then sometimes it feels like it has square wheels. It all depends on what train you get. One of the blues is very smooth, one is not. Both of the oranges aren't smooth, but they aren't terrible like one of the blue ones is. So, I love Prowler because it has a bunch of airtime. But besides the airtime, it's just a rough, boring wooden coaster. It has a couple of fun elements, but like its entire purpose is airtime. And no, when I went to Cedar Point, I did not go on the Big Four or anything of that sort. I don't get why I didn't. Probably because the wait lines were over 2 hours on every single one of them. But hey, it's fine. But anyway, back to Prowler. It's a fun wooden coaster. Just they need to smooth it out. They need to get GCI Titan track. Next up is Raptor. Love the coaster. Just towards the end, the shoulder straps, they were pushing into my body so hard. Almost to the point where towards the end it was getting unenjoyable. But besides that, the ride was very fun and enjoyable. So yeah, it has very good pacing. This is this is the last Cedar Point coaster on this list, since I didn't go on any other, like, in my opinion, good coasters. I didn't even get on Valravn, since that also had over a 2-hour wait. But it's fine. Since the one day we got the fast pass, it was a fun day. I just need to remind myself to never go on Magnum at the start of a day again. I need to remind myself, warm up with Gatekeeper or a big coaster that's smooth. So next on our list is Comet. This was the one that I was doing with Outlaw Run. I don't get why this is so smooth. Outlaw Run is so rough, and it's less than 15 years old. Comet is over 50 years old, and it's smooth as glass the last time I went on it. I'm probably going to be going on it again this summer, so I can get on Wildcat's Revenge, and I can try out Sky Rush, and just re-ride everything, and get new rides on everything. But Comet's an amazing coaster in my opinion. I just don't get why people put it below Great Bear. I haven't gone on Great Bear, but I've heard that Great Bear is a tamer Raptor. And I honestly feel like Raptor needed to be almost more crazy. Well, except for the end, that needed to be tamer. So the end would be good, but yeah. Anyway, I just feel like Comet is the perfect coaster. So, yeah. Next on our list is Powder Keg. Very underrated. Very, very underrated coaster. I'm pretty sure that this one was from Theme Park Review. So, go check out them, because they have POVs of all roller coasters and parks. But now they are very loud with it. So, yeah. Just turn the volume off if you want to do a voiceover then. So I'm going to give credit I'm going to give credit to all the POVs that I got it from in the description if I can remember to. But this is a really fun coaster that I don't get why more people don't rave about it. It's a perfect coaster in my opinion. Well, almost a perfect coaster, but yeah. It has a bunch of airtime. It has all the airtime you want. And it's actually really smooth. I don't get why people don't say that. Next is Mamba. This is perfect. I can't remember what POV I got this from, but it's just a really fun coaster that I don't get why more people don't rave about. So, yeah, it's just a really fun, enjoyable coaster that is perfect if you want airtime. Now that there's no brakes, except for the end, you're in for a treat. Unless if you're experienced with the coasters, I do not recommend going in the back row, because you're going to need to pop some pain meds after that, because back row hurts your back. Next is Wicked Cyclone at Six Flags New England. Very, very fun roller coaster. The 1-2 punch there, amazing. I didn't get to go on Superman Krypton coaster, or whichever Superman it is, there, because it was closed. So I only got to get a ride on Wicked Cyclone. Only complaint about this, get rid of that last lap. It's just too slow. It hurts the pacing, and it doesn't do anything for the ride. But besides that, phenomenal coaster. Just so fun. I don't get why more places didn't go for a coaster like this, because it's just so fun. Finally, we have Time Traveler. I also can't remember what POV I got this from. Same with Six Flags New England. Wait, I think I just got that from the Six Flags New England channel, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's a really fun roller coaster. Time Traveler is. It's not overrated. It's perfectly rated in my opinion, but it's the only one in the US. Only other one, well, is in Belgium, I think. Yeah, Belgium. So, yeah. It's a spinning coaster that has launches that goes upside down while it's spinning all at the same time. What more could you ask for, really, in a coaster? Because spinning, launches, loops, amazing. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys liked it, and bye-bye.